Ahogy említettem, tulajdonképpen ez a mai rendezvény is egy új dolog az életünkben, mert hogy az interneten folyik a közvetítés, korábban ilyet még nem tettünk, de szeretnénk, hogyha szokásunká válna. Ahogy hallottuk partnereink részéről, ez mások részéről is megfogalmazódott igény. Illetve amit szintén nem tettünk, hogy egy streamelt rendezvényen egy online bejelentkezést fogunk most bemutatni, és hát ehhez mi magunk nem lettünk volna képesek rá, de a streamelés biztosító műszaki kollégák segítségét megköszönve újra ez a kapcsolat létrejön. Ahogy szokták mondani, a vonal végén az EFQM Global Award 2022-es pályázatának legmagasabb szintű elismerését megszerzett szervezetnek a képviselője, ez a VAMED KMB, amelynek a központja Bécsben van. A munkatársa van a vonal végén, Sabine Kern. Ő fog beszélni a VAMED tulajdonképpen életútjáról, EFQM-es életútjáról, és aki ezt a beszélgetést irányítani fogja, szeretném bemutatni dr. Dióssi Katalint, Kiválóság nagykövetünket, és ő lesz, aki már előkészítette ezt a mai beszélgetést, és ennek a beszélgetésnek, illetve ennek a 30 percnek a segítségével egy kicsit betekintést nyerhetünk a VAMED siker kulisszái mögé, és hát szeretném most is, és majd délután is lesz erről szó, beharangozni, hogy július 6-án pedig mindenki, akinek ideje és elfoglaltsága engedi, csatlakozzon hozzánk, mert Bécsbe megyünk, és a VAMED meglátogatásával még inkább be tudunk nézni a színfalak mögé. Én akkor kérem Katit és Sabinét, hogy hallhassuk a sikersztorit.
Thank you, Kálmán. Good morning, Sabine, and thank you for joining us. Sorry that I'm looking down, but for me that's a little bit easier to see you on the monitor that is below me. Sabine, it's a great pleasure to have you with us this morning and to have the opportunity to meet the winners of the Global Award. I would like first of all to ask you to tell us a little bit about the company and the journey, because we know that it was not a one-time event, how you managed to get to this winning position. What was your journey and how did you manage to go through that journey?
Thank you very much. Also, thank you for the invitation. We feel very honored to speak at your conference. Unfortunately, I cannot be with you, but we are happy to share our experiences with you. Now, my company is VAMED. VAMED was founded in 1982 to ensure the completion of the new building of the University Hospital Vienna under very difficult conditions those days. Today, VAMED has 20,000 employees and a turnover of 2.3 billion euros and is a global full-service provider for healthcare in 95 countries worldwide on 5 continents. Our portfolio ranges from project development, planning, turnkey construction, maintenance, technical, commercial, and infrastructural services, as well as total operational management of healthcare services. I myself, I'm working for VAMED KMB. We are a company of the VAMED group, and we are located at the premises of the University Hospital Vienna, for some probably better known as AKH Vienna. And we provide there all the technical operations management and also project realizations. The General Hospital is now undergoing a complete substantial renovation, and we are doing most of those projects for the hospital. So that's the company background. We have started to look at management models already 20 years ago, so quite early in our company history. And the main reason those days was we wanted to be proactive. We wanted to be a step ahead. I think that's very critical in our environment. We are service provider for key infrastructure for hospitals, and hospitals need to run 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, whatever happens in the world. And I think the recent pandemic has shown to us what this can mean. The university hospital has a very high complexity, a large scale of technical services, like for a mid-sized city. And we also wanted to be a reliable partner for our customer, a long-term partner, not you can't switch a full service provider every year, yeah, so a long-term. And this means if you have a long-term cooperation, or if you want to have a long-term cooperation, you need to see this like a marriage. You need to work on this relationship. You need to show your partner that you are constantly excellent and they can trust you. And you also need to be transparent with your information. So we looked in 2003 at management models, and when we have seen the EFQM model, it was like a love at first sight. Yeah, we saw it and we knew this is our model. Now, what were the main reasons for that? First of all, it was the structure. Those days, the model had the structure of 9 criteria, 5 enabling criteria, and 4 for results. I think the logic is still the same. Today, we have direction, realization, results, but you need to enable an organization to achieve the desired results. I think this is a key finding, which is really true. If you just start and jump into something without having the approaches ready, without even knowing what you want to achieve, you probably will not be successful. The second was the focus on stakeholders. Those days when we started, you were primarily looking at 5 stakeholders, but what we especially loved was that, of course, you have a customer. That's the reason why you are here. You have an owner. They have their very specific expectations to you, but you have also the people. And your employees, they are the ones who realize what the service is for the customers. Their talent is what makes a company successful. And in the previous model, as well as in today's model, the stakeholder management is a key success area, and I think it's a key success and was a key success for our company. We very early included the customer in our EFQM journey. We gave an intensive training to our main customer and asked them that we go our journey together. And together means our customer is doing a full assessment on us every year, really every year. And we then work out priorities where we want to improve. We have workshops with our customer, not just to present what we are doing, but also to invite them to discuss the solution finding. This is how we are working together. What we also liked about the EFQM model is the radar logic. And I think it was already in our major contracts with the customer. This start to think with the desired results, have your approaches ready, check that you are good in the deployment, and always assess and refine to improve what you are doing and to achieve the maximum what you can achieve. Now, the model still convinces us today. We especially loved the recent developments for the new model. The old model was not wrong, but it already missed key elements. And we also especially love the extent to which EFQM has involved also users and non-users in the model development. Therefore, I think it's a great model. And I think compared to others, it's still the best model.
Thank you very much. Sabine, when you were presenting previously in different platforms about how you got to this successful result or where you are at the moment on your journey, you mentioned that you kind of distilled a recipe for your own company, how you are implementing and continuously improving the company through the model. Can you tell us a few elements of that recipe that you could identify?
Thank you. One of the key recipes is to have a purpose for your journey. And sometimes when I talk to companies who start with the EFQM model, they start with the wish, next year we want to apply. And I think that's not a good purpose. The purpose is the journey, what you want to achieve with the journey. Like in ours, it was we wanted to become proactive, excellent, long-term, reliable partner. And of course, then the applications had a certain role on our journey. We have self-assessments every year to have a status. We have customer assessments, and every 2-3 years we apply for an award to get the outside view as well. So this purpose is also very important for your EFQM journey. We also have a company purpose. Our purpose is we help people help others. I think this is a very strong purpose, and it helps to get a culture of cooperation in your company. What you also need, and that's one of our recipes, you should involve everyone. So an excellent journey is not that the CEO and maybe a business excellence manager is doing the whole job, writing a report. You send the report in for an application. It really means you should get all your people to work with you in this journey. This at the beginning also means education. You need to inform what you want to do. We also made trainings. We asked all our leaders to have an EFQM training at the beginning of our journey. Not everyone wanted to do this, but our CEOs role modeled. They said, okay, I'll do it first. And today, all leaders, when they come, they immediately want to have the training to be part of the team. We also had trainings for all our employees at different levels or with different methods. The second is, do not always talk about don't label everything EFQM. This was also an experience because it makes people tired. And also when you do something, you always need to express, we do it for us, we do it for our company. You don't do things for EFQM. You don't do it because you are applying for an award. This is important. For example, when we do an employee motivation survey, our communication focuses why we want to hear the voice of the people, what we are doing with the result. People learn that we are using the results, but we don't say, please participate because we need the participation percentage for our report. That would be a wrong argument. This is another I think very important recipe. The assessments, yes, they are important. We are using self-assessments, custom assessments, and external assessments. And there it's important that you prioritize, and also that when you get feedback, especially from external, that you carefully assess it. Where can we, which feedbacks support our strategic targets to the highest extent? Where can we learn the most? Where do we want to prioritize? It's not good to have a list of 200 measures. That's too much for an organization. Yeah, these are some of the points. I need to check if I see something more. I think this continues telling people why you are doing it, giving feedback what you have achieved, celebrating successes. I think that's also important. And when we applied, we have applied several times, we always communicated we want to present the best, but we are happy about each feedback we get, and we have been a prize winner several times. We were very proud about this, and this time, of course, the last time we went for the award, and when we really won the award, we were very, very happy after this journey, and we now communicate to our people, this is not the end of the journey. Our journey continues. And our motto now is, we'll be back. We will apply again in a certain period of time, which we, of course, have already communicated internally.
Thank you very much. In the meantime, I would like to encourage everybody here and online as well to ask questions. Sabine is here, not with a presentation, as you can see. It was on purpose decided this way. We want to make it as a live connection. And as such, we also would like to announce that we will be visiting the company together with additional companies in Vienna this summer in July, the 6th of July. We got an agreed appointment already to really go and see in person as well how it can be done on a daily basis. But until we have the first questions storming in, I don't see too many hands up here yet. I have a little bit provoking question. You mentioned that you are not only doing a self-assessment, you are not only doing the external assessment, but you are also involving your customers.
Yes.
And you do have a customer assessment.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? Isn't that exposing yourselves a little bit too much to your customers?
I think when we started with this, in the Austrian community, many people said now they are crazy. They expose themselves completely to the customer. But I think when you really want to have a long-term relationship, you need to do this. There are no secrets. The customer needs to know that you are reliable, that your approaches are robust, and how you are preparing for the future. Our customer gets the full management report. And they also have the possibility of having a site visit on topics the customer would like to extend. And every site visit is really an experience. And I think the best for the relationship and the trust we need in each other to work together.
Thank you. I'm looking around if there is any question either here on site or coming through the internet, but I don't see any yet. If no, I have a list of questions that I can always ask. My next question would be that you mentioned that you did not apply throughout the journey to win the prize. Now maybe a little bit for this award you were really aiming at the award, but also it is a journey, and you said that you are not stopping here. This is something that will be continued, and you are already planning the next steps. All in all, what can you say you gained from this journey, from applying EFQM as your basic model to your company?
I think what we gained is a culture of cooperation. It really tied the company together. You have a common purpose. You are aligned with your targets. This is what we have achieved, and this also was very helpful in difficult situations, like at the beginning of the pandemic. Yeah, if you really have this family culture where the hospital and us, we are one. We need to be there for the people now in these critical circumstances. This helped very much. The proactivity, I think that is something we definitely have got through applying the management model. And this again, the Corona pandemic has shown it. We already had a crisis management. We already practiced every year with certain cases how to react in severe crisis. So when the pandemic was already on the monitor during December and January, we already started to prepare to exchange with our network. That is also something important. Through our EFQM journey, we built up a very valuable network with other best practice companies, and we were exchanging those days with them. What do we need to expect? What can happen worst case? How can we repair? Also the loyalty of people. This was incredible and is incredible, especially in challenging situations. We have further deployed our portfolio. We started doing technical operations management. We are doing now realizing projects for the hospital. We are doing the renovation of the hospital with a volume which is nearly the amount of building a new hospital during ongoing hospital operations. This is a very special challenge. We grew significantly in terms of turnover because we were able to expand our portfolio and also in people. And what we always love is when we have new and young people, we can tell them, if you want, you can have a successful job here till you retire, with many possibilities. I know this is not a value anymore for everyone, but I think it's great to work for a company with such a long-term view. Yeah, I think these were major gains based on our journey.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Yes, I have a question here.
Yeah.
Hi, Sabine. My name is Kálmán, Szabó, Managing Director of Hungarian Association for Excellence, EFQM partner in Hungary. My question is that, as we know, you have an excellence group.
Yes.
Could you share any details about this group activities? How can they promote your excellence activities?
Yeah. Indeed, it's important to have someone in the company to stand for business excellence. We are a small team. It's first of all in our management board. One of the management directors is also assigned the EFQM managing director, and me myself representing EFQM in the company. Our job is on the one hand to plan, to give directions, to plan the EFQM roadmap, to check where are we, what do we need to do, to provide training, but also on a day-to-day basis to support people in their areas to get the EFQM spirit into their job. So when, for example, our HR department is the department conducting the employee survey, and we connect to see what content should it have, how can we bring our cultural statements into this survey to check where are we, do we have the culture which we want to have. So we work together here that I bring in my EFQM knowledge and the requirements. Also customer satisfaction service, we support our colleagues doing the customer satisfaction service to further develop those methodologies. this is how we are working together. I think you need to have an open ear. People need to see you. They need to know that you can support them with solution finding. Yeah, so we are not only the ones to say we apply and you need to do this or that. So we are also helping.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Any other questions? If there are no questions, then thank you very much, Sabine, for your time and being here with us today. And yeah, let's see each other in July.
Yes, we are looking forward to it, and we wish you a successful conference for today.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sabine. Goodbye.
Bye.
És szeretném megkérdezni, hogy van-e szüksége arra, hogy egy kicsit magyarul összefoglaljam, ami itt elhangzott. Látok bologató fejeket, arcokat, úgyhogy akkor összefoglalom. Ugye a VAMED Kft. Az az osztrák cég, amely 2022-ben megnyerte a nemzetközi szintjét, a Global Award-ot a Nemzetközi EFQM szinterén, és ők nem egy első pályázók, hosszú évek során jutottak el ide. Többször nyertek nemzeti kiválóságdíjat Ausztrián belül is, többször nyertek nemzetközi szinten is, különböző témákban díjat, tehát ők fokozatosan építették föl azt az utat, aminek a kicsúcsosodása jelenleg ez a mostani nagy nemzetközi díj, de ahogy Sabine is elmondta, nem állnak itt meg, haladnak tovább az úton. Ők beazonosítottak egy jó kis receptet arra, hogy hogyan viszik ezt sikerre. A recept azt hiszem elérhető több platformon is, de igazából a fő elemek, amiket kiemelt belőle Sabine, az, hogy van egy elkötelezett vezetőség, egy dedikált csapat, akik mint egy szerviz orientált megközelítés szolgálják a szervezetet ezzel a lehetőséggel, és nem mint egy ostorálnak az emberek mögött, hogy már pedig az EFQM szerint kell működni. Ez az egyik. A másik fő eleme, amit Sabine is kiemelt, hogy nem csak ők dolgoznak ezen, hanem a saját önértékelésük mellett ugye az értékelői visszajelzést is mindig megkapják, de emellett harmadik lábaként az ő modelljüknek bevonják az ügyfeleket is. Tehát az ügyfelek is megkapják a lehetőséget arra, hogy értékeljék a vállalatot az EFQM modell szerint, ami azt gondolom, hogy egy nagyon érdekes elem. Még nem hallottam ilyen megoldásról, ilyen megközelítésről. És hát amit még el szeretnénk mondani, hogy ugye lehetőséget kapunk arra, hogy júliusban kimenjünk, meglátogassuk őket, és ott aztán tényleg lehet záporozni a kérdésekkel, addig föl lehet készülni kérdésekkel. Július 6-án leszünk náluk, és még két másik olyan osztrák cég van, akik szintén nemzetközi szinten 6-7 csillagos szintet értek el. Az egyik cég már hozzájárult, hogy őket is meglátogassuk, a harmadik szervezet még nem jelzett vissza, de ezen dolgozunk, hogy akkor egy olyan látogatást tudjunk megvalósítani, ami során nem csak ennél az egy vállalatnál leszünk jelen, hanem másik két céget is meg tudunk nézni, hogy hogyan ültetik át ezt a mindennapok szintjén. Azt hiszem, sikerült elmondani a főbb gondolatokat. Ha bármi kérdés van, akkor szünetekben állok rendelkezésre. Az idővel pedig szerintem
még 2 percünk van, vagyok. Akár Katihoz, vagy a témával kapcsolatban gondolat, észrevétel, vagy akár kérdés, bár Sabine már kiszállt a vonalból.
De tudjuk továbbítani, igen, a kérdést.
Tovább tudjuk vinni, illetve hát már lehet kacérkodni a gondolattal, hogy július 6-án találkozhatunk Sabinéval személyesen is. Ha nincsen kérdés, akkor megyünk tovább a programban.